Ladies, disorganized handbags. Introducing the new mirrored handbag tidy case. The beauty box designed to organize and carry your daily cosmetics and makeup essentials. It's handy sized. Each pack comes with top brand cosmetics, an exclusive YBYC perfume atomizer, lipstick, mascara, also interchangeable palettes, great for eyeshadows, hair gel and more. Customise your beauty box daily, great for travel, after activities and evening out. A perfect gift for her, for them, for you. Order now at yourbeautyyourchoice.com.
This is UK Pressure Records.
UK Pressure Records continuing where we left off with part 1 of this fantastic rhythm, Spreading the Love. Part 2. It's now available on CD Baby and all leading download sites. Featuring 4 remarkable UK-based artists, featuring the singer man himself, Andrew Slowly.
You just don't want to play with the scorn of a man. You just don't. The scorn of a woman. You know why? The scorn of a woman. Cause it's hotter than fire in a hell.
The one and only all-rounder UK principal.
I love you, I love you, I love you. Yeah, I love you, my girl. And I've always wanted you to be mine.
That's why I love you, I love you.
So this song I sing from my heart, and it's so true.
Beautiful voice of the lovely Verna Morgan.
I'm so grateful for this precious grateful for
And finally, last but not least, the Barry White of reggae, Ricardo McKenzie, aka Ricky Rankin.
I keep spreading love. Oh, yes. I keep spreading the love around the world now. I keep spreading the love. Oh, yes. I keep spreading the love around the world now.
This is a must for every reggae music lover, so make sure you get your copy today. UK Pressure Records, uniting music and the people together. One love.
Around the world now, I keep spreading the love. Yes, I will. I know I will. I keep spreading the love around the world now.
The Magnificent 7, episode 23, where the best meets the best. Saturday, 23rd November, The Alchemy Bar, St. George's Walk, Croydon, CRO, 1YJ, 10 p.m. till late. 7 DJs under one roof. Sir Lloyd, Bobby C, Errol T, Construction ESQ, Renegade, Mystery Lady, and Sugar Dre. The Magnificent 7. Advance tickets £12 from eventbrite.com. Info 07702 966 834. That's 07702 966 834. Saturday, 23rd November, The Magnificent 7. The Alchemy Bar, Croydon. Porky's Wine Bar, Sternwood Avenue, Streatham Hill, celebrating 25 years. 25 years of being the most successful venue in South London. Saturday, 16th November, 10 p.m. till late. Your DJs, Boppy C, JB Crew, Studio One, and Back to Basics. Admission £10 all night. Happy hour till midnight. Free buffet from midnight. Heated beer garden, smart casual dress. Bring whistles and fog-ons. It's gonna be one big celebration. 25-year celebration. Saturday, 16th November, Porky's Wine Bar, Streatham.
Wake the streets up. Okay. Wake the streets up. Okay. Come on. Okay. Wake the streets up. Okay.
Baby, je m'adresse pizza naughty. Yeah, I'm killing you, Shaq. Because I swear to the fight, we're killing them.
Tracey, you are just having fun, isn't Smile. Let me know you are happy with me. You can always tell what somebody drove to a comedy show by the way they sit down. That brother in Agbada, they please stand up for recognition. See, they clapping for you. They didn't know you came with Uber. Range Rover, isn't it? I just like to make you happy a bit. You know, she's here, just to, I see you adjusted your shoulder. Who bought the VIP, you or her? Just let me see who else is in there. I see the brother we have there, I see your cap. Respect, boss. Open his face, yeah? Because you don't know who's watching.
Hello, good evening and welcome to Let's Talk About It here. This is Tracey, yours truly here. Sorry we've been running slightly late, guys, but you know how it goes. We're here right here at the Heritage Studios in London and we have a very, very special show for you tonight, guys. First and foremost, let me introduce to you my co-hosts tonight who will be joining with us. Also a very special guest in the house. So this beautiful lady here, we have Sandira.
Hi.
And over there we have Tanya.
Hi guys.
And of course our more beautiful ladies.
Hi.
Marcia and beautiful Tanya. And of course another beautiful lady in the house. You'll get to know a little bit more about her, our special guest, Lorna Jones.
Hi.
Okay, lovely. So we're going to care a little bit more about Lorna, who's a special person here today. She's an author, a trichologist, and we're going to discuss all about her book. Take it away, Sandeeva.
Well, we are actually honoured to have you here because we know that this is something that so many of us are interested in. A lot of people out there won't even know what the word means. Trichologists, actually, it's the first time I even came across it. But we've got a very, very world-renowned author here, and she's travelled all over the world studying trichology. And we understand it's a science of hair growth and sculpt. So this is Lorna Jones, and we're going to ask her loads of questions about, especially about Afro-Caribbean hair, but on the whole about the science of hair.
Brilliant.
So first we'd like to really ask you, what got you into studying this?
Okay, so some years ago, I lost quite a bit of hair, quite a lot of hair, and I went along to the doctors, as you go to doctors, got a referral to the dermatologist, and they did what they call a biopsy, which I take as scraping of your scalp, look at it underneath the microscope to try to understand, what's caused it. So I remember getting the results from the dermatologist. So she took all my bloods, took all the usual tests, and I remember she came into the room with my results, and she said to me, "Good news, you're well. You're well." I was thinking, well, it's obviously, you feel quite humbled to know that you're well. But what I didn't realise until that moment, they were looking for an underlying medical cause of the hair loss. And she said I'm well, but I'm still losing my hair. So the NHS will always look to see if there's anything going wrong with you, but they won't grow hair because we know that hair is what we call a non-essential tissue of the body. You can function well, very well, without a single strand of hair on your head. So left the hospital. They gave me a range of options. So one of which was they gave me some medication. I could wear a wig. I could do nothing. So I decided to wear a wig, and I had that on for some months. But I still needed. Every time I took my wig off at night, I always wondered to myself, how is it that somebody who is well, they said I'm well, can lose all their hair. I lost probably about 60 to 70% of my hair.
Wow.
So I used to look in the mirror when I used to comb my hair, to my wig off, I used to comb my hair, and I used to ask myself 3 questions. And the first was, where did my hair go? I had an abundance of hair, and I didn't notice over the years it was going. So first of all, I lost length. So I lost probably I lost about 12 inches of hair over again. I didn't notice it. Remarkably, I didn't notice my hair breaking, and I lost all of that. And then I was on the bus going to work, and I noticed that my parting was getting wider, and I thought that didn't look right, which is what enabled me to think, let me go and see the doctor. So when I took my wig off, I thought to myself, where did it go? Because it went. Why did it go? Mm-hmm. And the last question I used to ask myself when I used to comb my hair was, to my hair, why didn't you tell me you were going? Because my hair is supposed to stay on my head. So you don't just leave and not say anything. Was there an underlying reason? Where did you, what made you go and not tell me? So back to my second question, why did you go? That's made me decide, let me understand it more, how someone can lose their hair. So I studied trichology. My background is, I've got a science degree, so that means my mind is naturally, I've got a naturally inquiring mind. So I took myself on the course and did my training obviously here in the UK, but I also did training in Washington, did a conference and then did some clinical training in Washington, where I saw lots of different people with lots of different conditions. Did some training in South Africa, did some training in Australia, and
Holland,
and went to Holland.
And Holland, yeah.
So I've been all over the world.
All over the world.
And saw just a cross section of people with different varying degrees of different types and varying degrees of hair loss. So I studied, came back, opened up. I've got 2 practices, 2 clinics. One in the West End of London, so that's in Upper Wimpole Street, and another one which is quite local to me. I live in South London, in South East London, so that's Forest Hill. So
and that's when you started practicing and stuff like that.
I started seeing people.
So the book.
And the book was my last question. Why didn't you say you were going? Because as far as I was concerned, my hair, it shouldn't have gone. It should have stayed on my head. You don't just walk off. You know, you're coming back. How long have you gone for? All these questions. And then I said to myself, I'm asking myself these questions, but that maybe, just maybe, my hair was actually trying to tell me that it was on its way out. And it was giving some clues, and I wasn't listening. Or I didn't recognise what was going on. And so I started to write down all the things that my hair could have said. So if we go through the book, and I know we'll probably do that as we go on, some of the chapters actually talk about the things that your hair might say to you if it recognises that you need to do something about what's going on in your body.
And that's a common practice, really. So it's like we're misreading the signs that our hair is telling us that it needs tender, loving care, or there's something underlining going on.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very simple things. One of the first things, I mean, here's my book. So it's called If Only Hair Could Talk. And that's the hair talking to you, because I do believe your hair does actually talk to you. And it was the clues that I was missing. So one of the chapters talks about very simple things. Water, drinking water. It's really important to drink water for your body anyway. For women, you need between 1.5 and 1.7 litres a day. So this is 400 millilitres. You probably need about 4 of these a day. Men need
when you say water, does that include like cups of tea, a soft drink, or are you talking about just plain water?
You can, absolutely, because tea is mostly water.
Yeah, so you mean just that you need that much fluid?
So it's just fluid.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally they will say water, but absolutely, if you put a tea bag in, that can count as 1 cup. So it's roughly about 67 cups a day. And you just have to get into a routine. It's really hard, and what I do, because I don't normally drink water, so I've got 4 of those, and I fill them up every night, put them in the fridge, and the next day I try to ensure that I drink through. And you don't drink it all in one go. You try and make sure you drink it, throughout the day, and make sure your body's hydrated, because you need water for your body to function, and your hair obviously is part of your body. It's an extension of your body.
So basically, with your hair loss, which kicked you into start studying more, writing the book, having the passion, and to share your experiences with everybody. And what's so beautiful about it, because I have read the book and I love it, it's really wonderful, guys. You guys should go out there and purchase it. We'll let you know where you can get it much later. Is that it tells a story, as you said, from a hair point of view. As you can see on the book, it's got a smiley face, and this is a strand of hair that's actually laughing. And there it is on the screen. The hair's actually saying, if only hair could talk. And the book talks from the hair's point of view. Yeah. And I find it quite comical, actually. It's quite comical. And it's very knowledgeable. Well, I must commend you on that.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Because what I liked about it is that you went in depth in the scientific aspects of it for more Afro-textured hair. Although there's plenty of people out there who've done researches on and taken care of Afro hair, but you went into it a lot more in depth for me. I mean, many people probably have, but to be quite honest, it's the first book that I've come across, about anybody else, that's actually gone that deep in Afro hair and told us step by step. I even learned that the hair, the root of the hair has a bulb, the little white thing. I used to think, oh my goodness, what's that little white thing at the end of my hair? Sometimes you'd pull the hair out, because when the grey hairs are growing, pull it out. Pull it out and think, this little white thing, and that's actually called a bulb. I didn't know that. you know, you taught me a lot, and I really appreciate that. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people today, women of all colour, that would have a few questions to ask about taking care of your hair from the scientific aspects and so forth. So, I mean, obviously what some people want to understand is a trichologist and a hairdresser, two different things.
Yeah. Absolutely. So the trichologist, we're most interested in what happens to get your hair onto your head. So we look at what happens. You know,
some hair.
Any hair. Yeah. Just up to the scalp.
Look a certain way.
And that's the living part of your hair. So when your hair gets onto your scalp, then your hair it dies. So your hair is made of keratin, and it's the only thing you can do when it's on your scalp is to keep it conditioned and moisturised, keep it trimmed, cut off your split ends, and go to the hairdresser. You style it. So that's where your hairdresser comes. So that's where we go. We get up to the scalp, and they take it from there, or you take it from there onwards. And of course, if you lose your hair, then of course you lose any part of your hair, and you come back to the trichologist. But there's a lot of work to be done with hairdressers, actually, because you just said a lot of people don't know the term trichology, and it's a little known term. Not too many people know it, but hairdressers are really important because they're standing over your hair and they're seeing your hair, month in, month out, however frequently people go, and they'll see the changes. It's really important. So if people do see changes or do have hair loss can be a barometer of what's happening in your body. So I wouldn't ignore it. It's useful to, I always say, especially now, I've learned, study it so much. Because hair is a living structure, it's inside of your body, it's part of your body function, so it's important for me to make sure that we start off with your nutrition, so people concentrate on what they're eating, what's actually physically going into their body, because what we know, whatever we eat affects our skin, our hair, our health. And it's super important. A lot of foods, as we know, can cause inflammation if we eat the wrong types of food, like fast foods and all of those. And we know that if we concentrate on different types of foods, it can reduce inflammation. Your leafy, green vegetables and things like that. And some hair loss conditions, a number of them are associated with inflammation. So even without having a hair loss problem, it's just really important to just keep an eye on, because there's many different illnesses are inflammatory. It's caused by inflammation in the body. You can go and get topical drugs or medication, but if you can do something about it yourself by just trying to look up, keeping your body in the best possible health it can be, then it will guarantee. Well, it won't always guarantee, but it will always make sure that your hair is at the optimum it can be at any given time.
So one quick thing I want to ask before probably Tanya and Marty got something to say as well is your hair, since it's grown, you've cut it again, haven't you?
Well, I've trimmed it.
You've trimmed it down. I must say, it's looking wonderful. I haven't seen it when it was at its worst, and it's growing. So whatever method you have and advice for some of us today,
definitely,
it's definitely worked and is working.
Thank you. We take our hair for granted, by the way. I mean, I never thought in the world that I'd lose my hair. You have your hair and you just think. I mean, I didn't. The name of my company is called Caring for Hair, and I wouldn't say I didn't care about my hair when I had the abundance of hair that I had, but I probably didn't care enough about my hair. I didn't take enough care.
Yeah.
So now, having gone through I take the most care that I can. So, I write in the book, but then I try and live by what I say in the book. There's no point me saying to people, yes, you need to drink, 4 of these a day or what have you. It's really that I do the same thing, because I now know that you can't take your hair for granted. It's here today.
Well, we did used to think we could put curling irons and perms and jerry curls. We didn't think it would ever go.
No, we wouldn't.
We didn't.
No,
we definitely didn't.
We did everything to our hair, everything.
And nobody said. That's what I'm
Nobody
saying.
told
Only
you.
hair could talk. So hindsight is always a good thing, isn't it? You can think, oh well, but okay, that's in the past. But now we are where we are today. Yeah. So now we've got more information. We've got access to information. It's just important to go forward and just have the best hair care practices you can to look after our hair by in good condition.
And you've got a sample here, and I think we've got it on the screen. You've got this sample here of
oil that you produce.
Yeah, I'll tell you about this. So it's called there you go, natural sebum oil. In the clinic, when people come and get their hair, have a consultation, people quite often say, "So what can I put on my hair? What can I use for my hair?" But I couldn't align myself with any other particular brand because I didn't know what's in it. Yeah. So I thought, well, I need to develop something that I'll be confident will be good for hair. And when we studied the hair, we studied it in terms of 3 different classifications. The hair strand. So you've got straight. You've got straight hair. You've got wavy Caucasian hair, which is straight. You've got Asian hair, which is slightly wavy, and you've got Afro textured hair, which is curly, even coily. There's all different levels, grades of hair. And what happens is when the hair follicle, each hair follicle has what we call a sebaceous gland attached to the hair follicle, and it secretes an oil, and the oil is called sebum. And it secretes it every second or every minute or every day. So now it's secreting it. But because our hair is curly, like that, then the oils doesn't flow all the way down to the end, as it would do.
Yeah.
If you had as it would possibly with straighter hair. And so our hair tends to be dry. Now with Afro textured hair, it's fragile anyway because of the curls.
Yeah.
And each time it curls, you've got points of weakness.
Who would know?
Absolutely.
What we do to it.
Well, there you go.
To straighten it.
Absolutely. So we do. But our hair, before we start doing anything at all, our hair is fragile. Afro textured hair is fragile and it's dry. So I spoke to a scientist and he gave me the formulation for what our bodies naturally produce, which is the sebum. So I asked him what's in it. So he told me, and so this mimics the natural oils that our body produces.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So
and that's one of your.
It's one of your
actual brand.
Yeah, it's my brand. Yeah, so it's gone through all the testing because they tested it in the lab, and it's all natural oils. So it's got things like jojoba oil, which people are probably quite familiar with, but it's also got something. It's also got vitamin E oil, which acts as like a natural preservative. So so it's quite nice. It adds shine, and it absorbs straight into the hair as well. And that's the main reason why
So that's like you're feeding your hair.
Absolutely, because once your hair arrives on your head, when it's come through the scalp, you just have to ensure that it's moisturised. Because if your hair's dry, dryness can lead to breakage eventually. So we just have to ensure that we are what you call feeding, and this is quite absorbent as well.
We've got a video on sebum oil. We can have a quick look at that video on sebum oil. And it just explains a little bit in depth about, it's quite quick anyway, but it just shows you a little bit about the sebum oil. We can have a quick look at the video on the oil.
If I can't have you, I don't want you to have anyone. And if you don't want me, there's something wrong with them, right? Maybe I got problems that I don't tell anyone. Have I lost my perception? Feel like don't wanna do something wrong now.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Nature's Natural Hair. In this short video I'm going to be showing you a product made by Caring for Hair, and it's the natural sebum oil, and this oil will help to moisturize and provide your hair with shine. It's best applied to dry hair. Sebum is an oily substance that's produced from the hair follicles and sometimes called the natural oil of the skin, and our bodies naturally produce the sebum from our sebaceous gland that are found in each hair follicle, and it's brought to the surface where it moisturizes and lubricates your hair. Due to the curly shape of afro hair, the sebum does not always get to all parts of our hair strands, which is why our hair will be left dry. So the natural sebum oil by Caring for Hair will make up for this by adding moisture to lubricate the hair. And this product is available to buy on the 6th of September, but you can register your interest by emailing at info@caringforhair, and it will be soon available to buy at naturesnaturalhair.com. They're doing a special introductory price, guys, at $15.99 plus postage and packaging, from recommended retail price of $19.99. Do share, do like, do subscribe, do leave a comment if you want more information about the oil, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Take care now. Bye.
Okay, so we just saw a little bit of how the sebum oil works and how to prepare it to use in the hair. Ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines are now open on 020 800 46100 for anyone who has any questions that you'd like to ask Lorna, or any hair issues or concerns. Please do give us a call on 020 800 46100. Someone that you can just quickly run over the video for us.
Okay, so as I said, sebum oil, sebum is produced all the time in your hair anyway. As we're speaking, your hair is actually producing it. So this is just an add-on, if you like. So it doesn't go on your scalp, and we're going to talk about oiling our scalp later on, and I have to talk to you about that. This doesn't go on your scalp, it just goes onto your hair. Your scalp doesn't need it.
Okay.
The scalp doesn't need oil.
I would have done it wrong. I would have been greasing up the scalp.
We're going to talk about greasing the scalp.
Yes.
Wow.
That comes up all of the time. You don't grease your scalp. And I'll tell you why. So it just goes onto the hair, and it's, you may use it maybe every 2 days, every 2 to 3 days.
And can you tell us where we can purchase it? Because I'm sure everyone is going to want to know where we can purchase your products.
Perfect. So you can either email through to on my website at info@caringforhair.org, but also www.naturalhair. Oh, it was just on the advert, sorry. Natural
You
hair.
can give us after the show.
Okay, naturesnaturalhair.com. Okay. That's the company, and you can buy online from the price. naturesnaturalhair.com. Thank you.
So what's the price there?
And the price is $15.99.
Okay.
Yes, it was on there. It's an introductory one, so introductory.
And it's definitely worth it because it's been tested.
Absolutely.
Some people think, the price, but anything that has been tested means it works. So guys, don't be scared to shell out.
So how many different oils is mixed together now?
All right, so you've got 4 oils actually. Yeah, so you've got your jojoba oil, you've got olive oil, you've got an oil called what we call squalane, which is quite good for the skin. In fact, this is fabulous for the skin anyway. It's good for your hair, but I don't know if anybody wants to try it. It's quite absorbent.
Into you had some vitamin E oil in it as well.
Yeah, because they do say a lot of things that's good for your hair is good for your skin, and the other way around.
Just put it, give you a little bit.
Oh, that feels nice.
Wow. Yeah, people love it. Actually, I do get some. Had some quite good feedback.
And the smell is
could I use on my face
not
as well?
too strong. It's very
It smells natural, doesn't it?
Yeah, it smells natural.
Yeah.
It's got
It's got a natural
nice olive oil.
Yeah.
And it's not too greasy.
Very nice and soft, guys. It's
because
very nice.
I find what's annoying when you buy some products and you use it in your hair, the grease is just all over your hands, but this just
not greasy.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's got a nice sheen.
Yeah, I like that. I'll be getting one, guys.
Definitely. So definitely, guys, if you want to get that, please get in contact. We'll give you all the details again much soon. As I said, if you've got any questions, 020 800 46 100.
So, Lorna, before we get into the other conversation, I don't want to forget this. The alopecia, because I see so many women with their hair bald, their head is bald. In the middle, they have to be wearing wig, and even around here, go right back. Like, you know, when man hair, you know. So I keep wondering, why is it here like that? They say it's alopecia. What is that? What causes it? And can it grow back?
So alopecia is hair loss. That's the medical term, hair loss. Yes, you talk about the edges, people say the sides, and that can be caused by tight hairstyles, tight locks, heavy braids, and it's literally tension, pulling at the hair, and that's at the sides. But quite often, if people you can have hair loss or alopecia that's reversible or irreversible. So quite often, if people change their hairstyling, again that's in the book, perhaps loosen their styles. Change your hairstyle every 6 to 8 weeks anyway. Don't have the same hairstyle, just give your hair a break. You can, sometimes recover it. So loose hairstyles, and then obviously with treatment. I mean, I've got topical treatment that I can give people to try and regrow the hair in that area. Because as long as the hair follicle remains and it's there, then we can get growth back. It's when the hair follicle dies, it becomes a problem. So you won't get any hair growth in that area.
It won't come back.
No, it won't come back. And you've talked about something that's quite serious for women with Afro-textured hair, black women. There's a particular condition that is predominantly found in black women, with women with Afro-textured hair, black women. And it's a condition where the hair follicles have died, and it's what we call central hair loss. So you say that you see some women with hair loss in the centre of their hair.
Yes.
When that happens, you can tell, because sometimes it's quite shiny, that area, and you won't get growth in that area. And it's many years ago when they first saw this condition, they back in 1950s, 58, they called it what we call hot comb alopecia. So they thought it was hair loss seen in black women because they used the hot comb, if you remember.
Okay. The pressing of the hair. Yeah.
And then years went by, about 20 years, and people were starting to use chemicals in their hair.
Okay.
So
That's what was burning the hair.
Yeah. So they said it was chemically induced alopecia. And then years went on. It's actually a condition called CCCA, and it's centrifugal cicatricial alopecia. That's the long word for it, but it's CCA. Central because it starts in the centre of the hair, the crown of the vertex. Cicatricial, which means scarring. It means the follicles have died and they're turned into what we call scar tissue.
Wow.
Central centrifugal, because it starts in the centre and it radiates outwards in a symmetrical pattern. Cicatricial, as I just said, is scarring, and alopecia is hair loss. So early on this year, around March or April, I went to a congress, what is called the World Congress in Barcelona, when they had all these research. It was a huge congress with hundreds of bits of research that's been done all over the world. So we had some top scientists there, some top researchers, some top hair transplant surgeons. We had some really top dermatologists, top trichologists. We had some really interesting people there. There's a particular woman, her name is Professor Delova, and she did some work, did some research on this particular condition, and she found that, again, it's mostly in black women, where this condition is found, and she found that she found a young child who hadn't pressed her hair with a pressing comb and hadn't used chemicals, and she had this condition. So they realised it's something else that's caused it, and they found they put it down to what they call a gene mutation. So we've all got genes in our DNA, and there's been a mutation. And they're still obviously doing some research, but that's the beginning of it. It's really, really important, because if you don't know what's causing something, you can't begin to solve it. So at least now they'll be able to do more research, and in time to come they'll be developing further therapies to help deal with it. But it's an interesting one because it's not seen anywhere else. Almost exclusively in black women, and it's in the centre of the hair.
In the centre, I've seen that.
Yeah.
It's now obviously the hair, the alopecia, is not just for women. We see it a lot in men. Now, can we explain the differences between baldness and alopecia? Because it's quite confusing. Especially with men, they're starting to lose their hair in the centre, and especially Caucasian men, it's in the centre as well. So, is that alopecia? Is that baldness? Was it both? Is there any such thing as both?
So any hair loss will be alopecia. So the most commonest one, which is what you've just said, is what men get, and women also get it as well. But men, it's what we call androgenetic alopecia, male pattern balding, and female pattern hair loss. So it's inherited in the family. It comes down the family lines. Men, so you have the same genes, maybe the brother and sister, but the man will go bald, but the lady will never go bald. She'll just thin, which is really good, but it's odd. I mean, had this, you think of nature versus science. What is it? So you've got the same genes, because you've got the same parents, but in the man it presents itself as complete balding, and women it would be thinning. But it's a really important one, because you see so many men, and you think, and you're used to it. You just you just think it's normal, and I guess it is normal because we see so many. But it starts really early when they're young, as they're teenagers. It can start like late teens, early 20s. And if you think about boys now, they're doing so much to their hair, aren't they? And they're not just having short backs and sides.
Lots of braids.
My son, his hair's one of my sons, his hair's plaited. The other one is twisted. And my youngest, I just cut it off. It was just too much. He was just crying too much about plaiting his hair. It was just hard work. So I gave up on that one. But the boys are changing. They're doing a lot more styles now, and I've noticed they're actually dyeing their hair quite a lot now. That's the new thing, and they're actually dyeing the ends, not the whole.
Yes, that's true. I've seen.
And then they plait it.
I've seen.
So that's
that is true.
Because
the
I've heard
Americans,
that bit
they
of
do
your
it a
hair.
lot.
Is that dead? Because people say your hair isn't dead if it's like growing out of your head. And I said, well, I'm sure it's just the bit that's attached to your scalp is alive. The bit that's down here, is that dead or
all of it? But it's really interesting. At what point does it die?
Exactly. I was about to say, because somebody pulls and tugs it doesn't feel dead.
No,
it actually hurts.
You're absolutely
All
right.
the time I heard this said when your hair is dead. For instance, you get sweaty. You have a hairstyle like that, you're sweaty. And then it's so sweaty that you're just lying down like that.
Yeah, I sweat in my head a lot.
So,
But if you pull your hair, you're absolutely right, because you've got nerve endings on the top. But when you cut your hair, any part of your hair, you don't feel it.
Yeah, it's dead.
It's dead. Somebody can come behind you and cut all your hair off.
You would never know. Oh my God. It's so true. So what about this shampoo? I'm not actually going to say the name, but I think we've all seen it advertised. And it's coming across like a miracle shampoo that they first started manufacturing it for men, and it's to treat alopecia. You're supposed to shampoo your hair, and it helps I don't know if it helps to activate the follicles for the hair to grow back, but to me it's like a miracle shampoo. And now they've done one now for women. Is there any such thing?
Is that the head and shoulder?
No,
because I saw they were advertising one. No, it's true.
There's no shampoo that will, no, it won't regrow your hair. I mean, there'll be shampoos that will take care of your hair, but remember, your hair grows from inside your body.
Yeah.
So there's no shampoo you're going to put on your hair that's going to. And I know they make all of these claims, and people maybe live by them. Yes, I used that, and my hair really grew. Perhaps the hair did grow, but perhaps it might have been something else whilst they were using the shampoo. So it's hair loss is a really tricky subject. It really is. So two people can do exactly the same thing. One person could be fine and it can affect the other person.
Everyone's different.
Like,
Absolutely.
in your book, I noticed that there was a bit, I have to ask you this, Lorna, because there was a bit about glue. Because despite all we're going to do, we're going to drink the water, there's still going to be a whole lot of us that's going to end up with the wigs. But we've got the natural hair underneath.
Yeah.
And one of the things I personally would like, what is there any, because, the pins don't always, in a good gust of wind, your wig could be heading down the road with you running after it, or a low branch tree, your wig could be hanging off that tree. So is there a good glue, or is it that we just have to just put up with?
It's a tricky one. I mean, we would say never glue, because when you take the glue off, you're pulling, aren't you?
That's what it says in the book, yeah.
Yeah, so it's damage to your to your hair, to your scalp, to your hair follicles. I mean, your hair is very fragile, very tiny, very fine. So we wouldn't say that you should use glue, because that will be pulling out certainly the hair that's there, but we need to preserve your hair follicles underneath, because you need to be able to get growth from it. So we would say glue. We would steer away from glue.
Right. Okay.
So another thing. So putting dye in your ear damage your ear?
As I said, you can have two people doing exactly the same thing, but dye can cause reactions, absolutely, to one person, and affect their hair.
Because the reason why I'm saying this, because a young lady said to me one day, because I really love fuck, I had grays at the root, only the root of my ear gray, just like the root here, a little part, just all the root, but it don't come way down to my ear. And someone said to me one day, Marcia, you must dye your hair.
Must stop?
Yeah. Okay. Put in black dye, what they call beginner. She said to me, I said, why? She said, she will tell me the next time, but up to now she don't tell me. So I want to know the reason why I shouldn't dye my hair.
You see, you can dye your hair maybe all your life and not have a problem. That's exactly where we are. I mean, you've got 3 different levels of dye. You've got permanent dye, and it just stays in your hair until that hair strand grows out. You've got your semi-permanent, that will last 7 to 8 or 9 washes. And you've got your spray-on dye. Quite a few companies do dyes that you can just spray on and it comes out after 2 or 3 days.
I used to love that when I was a kid.
to make up on the pillowcase.
I used to love the scratch.
But they make them up to laugh a little bit longer.
I used to love that. I'm so sorry.
You're dancing with someone who's got a white shirt on. You come away, they've got this.
Alright, well, we're going to go for a little break, guys. After the break, as I said, the lines are open, 020-800-46100. This is Let's Talk About It. And we have a special guest in the studio with us, Lorna Jones. She's a trichologist. She's also author of a book called If Only Hair Could Talk. And you can also join in and ask any questions, anything that you'd like to know about concerns with hair, or anything that you might think that she'd be able to give you some idea of how to nourish your hair. All right, 020-800-46100. We will see you after the break.
Ladies, disorganized handbags. Introducing the new mirrored handbag tidy case. The beauty box designed to organise and carry your daily cosmetics and makeup essentials. It's handy sized. Each pack comes with top brand cosmetics. An exclusive YBYC perfume atomizer, lipstick, mascara, also interchangeable palettes, great for eyeshadows, hair gel and more. Customise your beauty box daily, great for travel, after activities and evening out. A perfect gift for her, for them, for you. Order now at yourbeautyyourchoice.com.
This is
The Magnificent 7, episode 23, where the best meets the best. Saturday, 23rd November, The Alchemy Bar, St. George's Walk, Croydon, CRO, 1YJ, 10 p.m. till late. 7 DJs under one roof. Sir Lloyd, Bobby C, Errol T, Construction ESQ, Renegade, Mystery Lady, and Sugar Dre. The Magnificent 7. Advance tickets £12 from eventbrite.com. Info 07702 966 834. That's 07702 966 834. Saturday, 23rd November, The Magnificent 7. The Alchemy Bar, Croydon. Porky's Wine Bar, Sternwood Avenue, Streatham Hill, celebrating 25 years. 25 years of being the most successful venue in South London. Saturday, 16th November, 10 p.m. till late. Your DJs, Boppy C, JB Crew, Studio One, and Back to Basics. Admission £10 all night. Happy hour till midnight. Free buffet from midnight. Heated beer garden, smart casual dress. Bring whistles and fog-ons. It's gonna be one big celebration. 25-year celebration. Saturday, 16th November, Porky's Wine Bar, Streatham.
Wake the streets up. Yeah. Okay. Wake the streets up. Okay. Come on. Okay. Wake the streets up. Yeah. Okay.
Very well.
Hi guys, we're back with more questions. And what I wanted to ask you is, how should I wear my hair to bed? Is there anything I should cover my hair with? Should I put anything in my hair before I go to sleep?
Okay. So we say you should always cover your hair with a silk or satin scarf. What you do, what your own personal regime is, we would say your hair needs to be kept moisturised at all times, whether you do it in the mornings or at night. But certainly, you need to cover the hair to go to bed in something like satin or silk, because cotton can be quite drying. So we'd say we don't want to take moisture out of the hair. You want to
put moisture in.
Yeah, so it's quite good.
And how often would you say that Afro-Caribbean people should wash their hair with shampoo? Or do you think it's totally up to the individual?
No, it's a brilliant question. Thank you for asking it. So washing is really important. Now we would say you should try and wash weekly. If you can't wash weekly, every 2 weeks, but you don't want to leave it longer than 2 weeks. You've got your what we call the sebum build-up, the hair, the oils that the body produces. So you've got sebum build-up, you've got product build-up, because people are still putting products on their hair. If you cover your hair with wigs or with hats or with or anything, you need to be able to, you sweat, and so you need to be able to wash that away as well at the end of the week. All sorts of things. So we like a weekly regime to wash and detox.
Sorry, 1 minute, Lorna. Hello, good evening. Welcome, caller, to the Let's Talk About It show.
Yes, hello. My name is Just Linda.
Hello.
Basically, I have a 15-year-old who doesn't know what to do with her hair. It's purely natural. And I just need to know how to persuade her not to relax her hair.
Okay, so you have a 15-year-old who's got natural hair, but she wants to relax her hair. You're trying to persuade her not to.
Hello.
Yourself down, please, Linda, because that's why you can hear yourself echoing.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Right, you can record it, but in silence without listening to it. So basically, you've got a 15-year-old and you're trying to persuade her not to relax her lovely natural hair.
Yeah, because her ends of her hair gets very dry. And the hair oil that she uses, we use the Dax coconut one, and it just absorbs the oil. So we need to have something where she tries to keep her hair natural.
Okay. So what would you think to keep a 15-year-old hair? So is that so the ends of her hair is dry?
Yeah, it keeps drying, but the rest of her hair is full of hair oil, but it absorbs it. And my daughter's name's Faith, and she's just getting fed up, and I don't want her to get fed up with her hair, because her hair's beautiful to her, a lot of it.
Okay, so as a trichologist, we don't deal with hair care as such, but there are many, I mean, there's some, and I can recommend to you immediately, that has different products, because we've got different types of hair, and with different types of hair, you're right, you have to have different types of regimes to ensure that the hair is controllable. We would say you shouldn't relax your hair anyway before you reach. We have different hair cycles, so we say you need at least 4 hair cycles.
Yeah.
When I say hair cycles, it means your hair grows in cycles of maybe up to 3-4 years. So 16 is probably the earliest we would say to chemically process your hair. But then again, we know that can bring all sorts of problems in terms of damage. So it's good to keep her hair as natural for as long as she can. But in terms of what types of products she would need to do, there are companies. I mean, again, I'm going to talk to you. The lady who's selling, the company that's selling my product, is called naturesnaturalhair.com, and they have a range of products. But they also talk you through the different types of hair type and what would be good for it. So maybe it's a website you could go into and perhaps check and have a chat with her. But it's
because you're saying that the hair is moistured on the top, but the ends are dry. So is that lack of nourishment? Is that the way she's eating? Do you think that could be a nutritional aspect?
We bought her a satin headscarf.
Right.
And she wears it when she remembers.
Does she steam her hair? Does she condition it? Does she treat it? Does she do any of those?
She doesn't do anything. She just washes it, blow dries it.
That's another problem. The blow drying it and the heat.
Yeah, that's that. So
the heat to the hair dries the hair out.
So Lorna can just like what Tanya said. It's the heat. The too much the heat processing. Definitely.
Does she use gel a lot as well?
She used to until we sort of banned her.
Right.
She's using it around the edges.
Yeah.
So don't keep putting hair gel in your hair because it's getting weird. Weird.
No, it's good. It's
like pressed down to the forehead and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what they got. My friends used to do that all the time. So this has been going. I've seen this going on for years. It's like a vicious circle. But have you ever taken her to hair shows?
We just missed one of the hair shows.
Because that's a really good thing to take her to. It's a good event. A lot of families go. I've been before, and there's a lot going on, and it will get her to be more interested on how to take care of her hair.
Yeah.
Is there anyone she looks up to? What, like singers? What's their hair like? Because that also makes a really
Yeah. That's her hair about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Then she got fed up with it. She shaved all her hair off. Now it's growing back down to her shoulders.
Right. Okay.
And all she does is wash her hair, towel dry it, and plait it up. That's all my older daughter does. But Faith, as teenagers, she's a bit impatient.
Yeah, they are. I'm going to tell you to go on Google and get a picture of someone that's lost their hair, that's permed it, and show it to her.
Ooh.
Frighten her a little bit.
That's a good way.
The China bumps. I have shown her the natural styles.
Yeah.
And all it is, oh no.
No, you got to show her something bad. You showed her all the goods. You need to show her something bad that will put her off.
Definitely. But also, like what Tanya said, the home treatments, the steaming of the hair, and maybe trimming of the ends. How often would you recommend we should trim our ends?
Probably 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, if it
we
needs
should trim.
Yeah, if it needs trim.
Yeah. So the steaming and the trimming that should help with the dryness at the ends. And just like what Lorna was saying earlier, is to keep ourselves hydrated, so drinking plenty of water and maybe some vitamin E tablets and things.
And try the products that Lorna was speaking about. Natural.
Lorna was
one more thing.
Nature's Natural hair.com. They will have lots of, they will talk through the hair type and recommend particular products that will be useful. We don't do that. I mean, I just make this sebum oil. Is her hair quite long?
Yeah, it's quite long.
And with that product, Joy, would that be good for the end of her hair?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say that. So the natural sebum oil, and that's exactly why her hair's dry, because at the end, if her hair's long, because the sebum comes from from the root, from your follicle, and it makes its way down. But if you have quite long hair, then it will be dry at the ends. So that would be good for the ends, but that would help. But there'll be other products you'll probably need to try anyway. So yeah, you can definitely give it a go.
Okay,
I was going to say there's one more thing. Have a girls' night. Have a girls' night. You put on your face mask. You condition your hair. You put on your steaming caps. But you don't always have to go to the hairdressers to steam your hair. I used to use it's £1. You get 10 hair caps.
Oh yeah.
And you just keep it on there for 10-15 minutes. Have a girl in that and get into that routine, because that's you and her doing something together where she may not want to do it by herself. So then you're encouraging her in a fun way.
My daughters don't do hairdressers at all. They don't trust them.
Yeah. So that's why you should all do it together. Do it together and have every month. Probably that would be better every month, because obviously you're busy and what have you. You've got other things going on. If you get into a routine every single month, you have a girls' night. Put your caps on, put your facial stuff on, and then she starts getting into a routine, because you have to remember, anything that's fun, kids want to know.
Yeah,
and it's fun.
Get some cucumbers as well.
Yeah.
Face mask, cucumbers.
Do the works. Yeah.
And as Lorna said, visit the website
Nature's Natural Hair.
Nature's Natural Hair and .com, and they will also advise you on the best products. And Tanya's definitely giving you some great advice of hair care.
Thank you so much for that. Have a nice evening.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling.
Thank you very much. Continue watching. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's wonderful. Yes, Tanya.
So is there any more tips that you can give us?
I think I'm going to be working with you soon. What else have I got to ask you? Colouring your hair. Going back to colouring your hair. Is there any way you can colour your hair and still keep it very healthy? Because as much as we're saying keep it natural, we want to keep it natural. You don't have a lot of styles to choose from, and this is obviously what the mum's having problems with. So we're going to want to do things to our hair, because obviously we can get wigs, we can get different colours, different shapes, different sizes and what have you. But when you've got your own natural hair, people tend to either leave it out or pull it in one, and it gets boring, and that's where you get into the whole I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that, So can we use these products still and still have healthy hair?
Yeah. I mean, people as I said before, people colour their hair all their lives, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's only if you notice that in colouring it, you notice something happening to your hair in terms of your hair. Maybe, it'll be drying, so you have to ensure that you add moisture to ensure. I mean, I cannot overemphasise the importance of just keeping your hair.
So it's very important to keep condition and moisture.
Absolutely.
Good evening, caller. How can I help?
Yes, good evening. I've got a question. My name's Tony, by the way.
Hello,
Hi, Tony.
Hi, everyone. I'm loving the show.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm loving your new edition, Sandra. Sandiva, absolutely lovely work. Well, can I ask your expert a question, please?
Yes, thank you very much. Go ahead.
What's her opinion on dreadlocks? Are they hygienic or unhygienic? And are they not the natural hairstyle for a black person?
Ooh. My personal thoughts, I'll share them with you. So earlier on this year, my son decided he's going to locks his hair. So yes, locks are another hairstyle. It's another natural hairstyle. And obviously it's very very popular, very common, it's very nice. You know, it's nothing wrong with it. The only thing we have to just bear in mind with locks is that we ensure that the locks are not too tight, because tightness can cause what we talked about, the tension, which is what we call traction alopecia. You sometimes see that if the locks are tight. We have to ensure the locks are not too heavy, so they've been cut because they're growing all the time.
Oh, so you can just cut them then, like, it's not like, you know, if I cut my locks, I'm going to be, you know, weak like Samson or something. I'm not cutting my locks, I'm not cutting my locks, we're like down the floor.
No, they need to be cut because...
I think that's down to the individual though. Yeah,
yes,
there's
some people that
just... Now.
Yeah, if they're too heavy, absolutely. So people may not want to cut them, they'll wear them up, and that just stops them from being too heavy. And we need to get to the scalp. It's so important because the heavier your locks are, the harder it is, you know, the trickier it is to wash. Because they're really heavy in water.
Yeah.
It's you know, you got locks, but they do need to be. Your head still needs to be washed weekly because you must get to the scalp. You have to ensure that you have a nice, clear, healthy scalp to enable to bring more hair.
I have a friend that's got locks. So Sister Lexi, her hair is beautiful. She's got beautiful, beautiful locks. She really takes care of her hair.
Nice.
Yeah. Lovely.
So what do you think about it? Do you have locks, by the way, Tony?
Yes, I've got dreadlocks. I think dreadlocks is a natural hairstyle for a black person.
Yeah.
I think everyone who has problems growing hair should try growing dreadlocks because the hair grows faster when it is locked in dreads, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes. But
it's like plait. When you plait your hair grows a bit faster. Dreadlocks are the same. If you've got little, what they call it, nappy head. Is it nappy head? I think they call it nappy head. you twist up those little nappy heads, and before you know it, give it a month or so, the little nappy head starts sprouting locks.
But you know what I don't like? When I see the hair going and it's just this part, it drives me mad. I've seen it like all hair is just heavy locks and then there's nothing there.
In the middle.
Personally,
it's thin.
That's not a good look. No, that's not,
let it go.
Mm-hmm. But like Lorna said, it's about keep washing the hair at least once a week. Because some people's locks are very heavy and it can be
it's
quite
not easy
smelly,
though to be
and it
washing
isn't
locks.
Easy,
yeah.
Have you got very long, heavy locks? How long is yours, or do you trim it?
It's about shoulder length.
See, that's easy to manage. My friends is
wash them twice a week.
her bum.
Moisturizer. So yeah, I do.
Nice. Yeah.
It's twice a week. It's twice a week a good thing for afro hair.
Yeah, I don't dare tell people that. I mean, yes, I mean that's what we're told.
I was taught
that
for afro hair that we should at least wash our hair at least once a week, or sometimes once every fortnight. Depending on the type of the hair.
I was always told that our hair grows in the moisture, our own oils.
But you'll find, living in the city, if you wash your hair twice a week or whatever, you'll see the actual dirt come out of your hair.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Living in the city,
You don't want that, really.
No.
That means the last few days you've been walking around with that dirt in your hair.
But it's absolutely true. I mean, twice a week is just ideal. People don't wash their hair more frequently than that because of hairstyling, because they go to the hairdressers or whatever, and they want their hairstyle to last as long as possible. But really, twice a week is fantastic. Once a week is great. Once every 2 weeks if you can't do once every week, then but no more than you wouldn't want to wash, have it any longer than 2 weeks for the simple reasons you've talked about pollution, you talk about all sorts of things, and it's all in your hair. So locks are nice, they look good. Just to ensure those two big things is just to make sure they're not too heavy, so they don't pull on your hair, and to ensure, as I said, you're getting to that scalp and
So are you nourishing yours? You're nourishing it your scalp?
Yes, regular. Yeah, I'm very regular. Nourish my scalp. I'll use a product that I won't mention now because I don't want to advertise over your guest product.
Right. Well, I'm going to say something about your scalp. You put you think you put things directly onto your scalp? Did you say? So you said, yeah. And I'm going to.
I moisturize regular.
Yeah, I'm going to say something about that because this comes up again all of the time. So
Yeah, we again was taught that grease your scalp,
part it, put your hand, grease your part, put grease. This is what we've grown up with.
That's when you get dandruff.
we don't. So if I was to say to you that you shouldn't be oiling your scalp, what would you say to that?
Really?
What, to me?
Really?
All of us
to the room, to the whole room.
Really?
Really?
Let me come off the line. You guys can talk about yourself.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Blessings.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So your hair produces, as I said, this natural sebum oil.
This is amazing.
And yes, we've grown up it's just a habit sometimes, just the fact that we oil and grease our scalp.
Wow.
But what are we really doing? So you've got your oils, your natural oils, and you're putting oils on top of that, and you're putting products on top of that, you've got oils on top of that, your natural oils, and you're just getting a build-up.
This is
build up.
This is a revelation.
You know what I do? When I grease my hair, I don't want to grease the scalp alone, I grease the whole hair.
Yes,
yeah, but a revelation. Our parents,
yes,
this is how they part it.
The
You get a whole heap on your back of your hand. You part straight onto the skull.
That's right.
Straight onto the skull.
So we are not to grease scalp.
You shouldn't need to grease the scalp.
But can you do it once a week?
Well, you can when you wash your
or
hair.
Twice a week, or especially when you wash the hair.
Wash your hair if you feel you need to. But we are.
Yeah, it's because that's what's breaking. It's because our hair is dry, not because our scalps are dry.
That's right, because your scalp is. Why does it need oil?
So what about if you have my son has psoriasis?
And
it's just always dry, bad, flaking, and the build up of the skin is about. It gets as thick as that.
He may be able. He should be able to get some topical treatment to deal with that. But you're just adding oils to his natural oils anyway. So if you think you're putting, are you saying he's getting relief from putting the oil, the scalp, the
See, with
scalp?
boys, they're a bit lazy with the greasing thing.
But are you saying
that I thought we're supposed to grease. But yeah, but when my sister had psoriasis many years ago, my grandma scraped the middle of the aloe vera plant.
And she applied
and really mushed it to liquid.
Yeah.
And washed my sister, because my sister was in hospital because the psoriasis ended up in her face and made her sick. She was very ill. Yeah, it can go. It's not just in your hair you can get psoriasis. It's all over your body. You get it in your body. And they say it's due to stress as well can cause it. So when my sister was in hospital, nothing was working. They give you a lot of steroids and stuff like this to try and control it. And as I said, my grandma just got the aloe vera plant, grinded the middle of it, the slimy bit, and washed my sister's hair for 1 week. And from what I know, I'm not saying it's going to work on everybody because everyone is different.
I've done it before.
My sister has never had psoriasis since.
Brilliant.
So it just shows you that's another natural product you can use for psoriasis.
Yes, but she's talking the truth because in Jamaica that's what we used to use. The aloe vera itself, the slimy plant, the slimy bit inside. All mother used to use to wash our hair.
Good evening, caller.
Yes, very good.
Welcome to the Let's Talk About It show.
I should have mentioned it before.
Oh,
hello. Hello, caller.
Well, thank you for that.
I'm not sure what's happening. Are you there, caller? No, they're not there.
No.
Okay. All right. So we're going to be wrapping up very soon. Let's see if this caller's going to come through. Good evening, caller. Welcome to Let's Talk About It show. Hello, caller.
Sorry. I just want to ask the lady with the black hair, the one showing on the screen now. I think her name is Tanya.
Hi.
Has she used the same aloe vera on her son dry head?
Right, so listen to this now. So I bought the aloe vera plant 3 times. I'm even growing aloe vera in my house. I have given it to Mr. Fullerton, and he still hasn't used it. So then Mummy Dearest grinded up all that slimy stuff which I hated to touch, and I put it in a container for him and said, Quayshawn, it's in the fridge. He still ain't used it. Then I thought, okay, let me go to a certain shop. I bought the aloe vera shampoo. He still ain't used it. So guess what? He's 22 and I'm not doing it no more. I've done enough.
Just a quick one. You say you don't like the Islamic bit of the aloe vera.
Yeah.
What other thing you don't like that Islamic?
There is nothing else.
Oh my. You like all the other Islamic, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You should know this because I'm the naughtiest one on the show. But it's not that show today.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
That was a bit naughty at the end.
Yeah, he thinks this is our naughty show. Our naughty show is at the end of the month, guys.
Anyway, so yeah, basically Tanya's saying that we can use aloe vera to help moisturise and also the hair and the skin again, like you said, as well. There was a lady who asked a question who's got a mixed race grandchild, and the child's hair is now turned into Afro texture type hair, and wanted to know how to manage the hair, or I'm not quite sure exactly what her question was, but in case there are people who are watching who have mixed race backgrounds, we just learnt that you don't put grease directly onto the hair.
Scalp.
Scalp. What would you recommend? I mean, obviously without seeing the type of hair, the texture and so forth, it's difficult to say. Because some mixed race children can't actually use the same type of hair grease or oil that we use in Afro hair. Even though they might have Afro texture type, it still doesn't suit their hair texture.
Yeah, so again, I'm going to recommend that she contacts, again, this is only because I work with her, naturesnaturalhair.com, because they have a range of different products, and that's what people need to, choose something that's going to suit their hair texture. And if it's changing, that's interesting that it's changing as he's getting older. So, that's all I can recommend.
I think what people's going to want to know is, do they do a consultation? So a consultation on your hair that will help you.
Yes.
Excellent, because people may ask that.
So it doesn't matter what nationality
pay for the
you are.
consultation.
It doesn't matter what nationality.
I believe there's a charge, I don't know.
That's what I
Right, so it doesn't really matter what nationality you are, so you can actually visit any trichologist. You can also have a personal consultation with Lorna. She will sit down with you if you've got baldness or alopecia or any problem. It could be stress, just like Tanya said. It could be a lack of eating the right nutritions, too much heat processing, too much chemicals, all sorts of reasons. You actually sit down and have a history, do a full consultation on their history, their whole diet and everything, and you break down to find a solution that is tailored. It's tailored to you individually.
Absolutely.
So it's your own kind of hair Bible, really. Yeah. The book, guys, please go out and purchase it. You can get it on Amazon. It's at $5.99 and it's called If Only Hair Could Talk. As I said, it's wonderful. It's actual hair talking to you. It's just for people like me as well, who loves wigs and weaves. And in here there's a section, Lorna, that says, ow, where's the light? Who's turned the lights out? And you know what? Funny enough, when I saw that bit, when I read that bit in the book, I laughed my head off because I remember saying, "Goodness gracious, my poor head," and I'm thinking, "Seen daylight in a long time." do you know what? I do that when I'm at home. And no one's coming around as far as I know. I walk around with the greatest, trust me. And as soon as everything comes, grab your hat. You know what I mean? So the poor hair has not been out in proper sunlight in years, trust me. And you know, it's just wonderful. This book is so wonderful. It gives you everything we've covered today: chemicals, heat, colouring, everything that you can do. But it's wigs. But it's speaking on a hair point of view, all right? Your hair's actually talking to you and telling you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And it's the scientific way. Please, please, please go out there. Extensions, locks, everything. Be careful. Ponytails. I love ponytails, but I like mine pulled tight all the way back. The eyebrows go up like Chinese, you know. Again, I've learned that is not good. But that's what we do. We like all of that. You know, slap on all the what do you call it, the gel around the sides, and that is terrible. That's another quick thing. When we put the gel on, it gets flaky after a while, especially for afro hair. What's that about? Why are we getting flakes?
Drying it out. Yeah.
She's answering, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, the gel's drying out.
The gel's drying out. But it could be like that if you can just put on for a couple of hours.
Chemical. It's something that's a reacting
chemical
to
base, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Marcy, do you want to add anything?
I personally don't like gel.
Okay. That's fine.
I don't put nothing in my hair but castor oil. And one set of product that I use in my ear, I always been using it. I've never changed.
Is it a Pacific castor oil or is it the ordinary castor oil?
No, the Jamaican black castor oil.
Definitely the Jamaican castor oil. When we had the Marcia here, that is all over me. It's the Jamaican castor oil. Not oil,
Yeah, because poor Tanya sometimes fix Marcia's hair.
She said, "Tanya,
and it's full of grease.
I'm glad you reached." Come on, I said, "Oh God." Auntie Mars want me to do her hair now with all that castor oil. And you know when the first wash, when I'm trying to wash that, it's not going, you know.
But it's good for your skin because it's natural.
Not when I'm trying to get changed and the oil gets all over me. But
don't
no.
worry, it's natural.
Anything else?
Auntie Mars has got beautiful hair.
You got anything else quick?
I haven't. Just thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It's been very interesting, educating. Thank you.
Before you go, let me just say one thing to our future development. Where are you going from here?
Oh, okay. So plans for next year, probably now. So I'm doing a whole series of book tours. So I've been to a number of libraries, and libraries are now beginning to stock my book, which is brilliant. So
and they're looking
another
in
one.
this shape in the library. You see, it's paperback, but it's lovely laminated. It's nice and small. It's lovely. You can put it in your handbag, ladies.
So that's the new one you have out now.
So that's out now.
So we're not going to see that one now. Eh?
Well, I've still got some of both at the moment. So I'm doing a number of tours between now. So I'm going to be in Putney Library. I'm going to Lewisham Library, and what's the other one? I've got 3 libraries. I'm going to Putney. Oh, I can't remember. I've got
and where's
3 other.
Where's your the 2 shops that you have?
Oh, right, one's in the West End, Upper Wimpole Street, and the other one is in Forest Hill.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And have you been to the Parliament yet with us?
Well, we had a book launch was planned on the 6th of November, but that was when Parliament dissolved, as we know.
So it will be hopefully in the future.
Once they've had the elections, and possibly in the new year. So if I get any date, then I can circulate that.
Excellent. What is the aim and purpose of taking this to Parliament?
Well, we took it actually a month ago. And it was a group of us. It was a really interesting topic, and it was called The Epidemic of Hair Loss in Black Women. And we talked specifically about central scalp hair loss, the fact that mostly black women have it, and many people didn't know. It's really important because we need to recognise it when you see it. I've written an article, so on my website there was an article on there. I wrote it for online magazine Gal Them, so it's on there. And we talked about those issues, and we talked about the fact there's not that much research, so that just to highlight it.
So if someone wanted to contact you, get a consultation, buy the book, buy your serum, can we just go straight to your website?
You can do, yeah. At the moment, you'd have to email me for the book is on Amazon anyway,
Amazon,
but
yeah.
but definitely for the sebum, you'd have to probably email me or go to naturesnaturalhair.com to buy.
So do you have any cards with you?
I have got some cards in my bag, yeah, I can leave them, definitely, thank you.
Okay, right. So guys, we have now come to the end of the show. Hope you enjoyed it. You heard it all, you've learned some. You can also have some private consultation with Lorna. She'll have some surgeries that you can book. You can visit the website. You can also come to us directly on letstalkshow3@gmail.com. You can also go to the website, which is again Lorna. What's the name of the website again?
www.caringforhair.org.
www.caringforhair.org, and that's Lorna's website. And you can book a private consultation with her, and she'll be able to have a look at your scalp and see what's going on and see if we can save the hair before it's too late. As you heard, we can save it before it's the scalp is completely burnt or something like that, and there's no way to save it. There's no hair that's going to be growing out at all. So try and get it treated. Listen to your hair. It's talking to you. Lorna's written a book. She's written a book. It tells you that it's talking. It's telling you that it's going bald. There are signs. Please purchase the book. Give you information. There's also contact information on the books to get direct to Lorna on Amazon. $5.99. Only Here Could Talk. You are watching Let's Talk About It show alongside Sandiva.
Bye.
Tanya.
See you later.
Marcia.
Have a nice day. Have a nice.
And of course, Lorna, we are so privileged to have you. Please come back again. You know, when you've got a book too.
Okay, definitely.
Sorry.
And anything else that you have you want to share with us, please do visit us again.
Perfect.
But for now, thank you guys. Good night.
Bye. Wow.
Ladies, disorganized handbags. Introducing the new mirrored handbag tidy case. The beauty box designed to organize and carry your daily cosmetics and makeup essentials. It's handy sized. Each pack comes with top brand cosmetics, an exclusive YBYC perfume atomizer, lipstick, mascara, also interchangeable palettes, great for eyeshadows, hair gel and more. Customise your beauty box daily, great for travel, after activities and evening out. A perfect gift for her, for them, for you. Order now at yourbeautyyourchoice.com.
The Magnificent 7, episode 23, where the best meets the best. Saturday, 23rd November, The Alchemy Bar, St. George's Walk, Croydon, CRO, 1YJ, 10 p.m. till late. 7 DJs under one roof. Sir Lloyd, Bobby C, Errol T, Construction ESQ, Renegade, Mystery Lady, and Sugar Dre. The Magnificent 7. Advance tickets £12 from eventbrite.com. Info 07702 966 834. That's 07702 966 834. Saturday, 23rd November, The Magnificent 7. The Alchemy Bar, Croydon. Porky's Wine Bar, Sternwood Avenue, Streatham Hill, celebrating 25 years. 25 years of being the most successful venue in South London. Saturday, 16th November, 10 p.m. till late. Your DJs, Boppy C, JB Crew, Studio One, and Back to Basics. Admission £10 all night. Happy hour till midnight. Free buffet from midnight. Heated beer garden, smart casual dress, bring whistles and fog-ons. It's gonna be one big celebration. 25 years celebration. Saturday, 16th November, Porky's Wine Bar, Streatham.
Wake the streets up. Okay. Wake the streets up. Okay. Come on. Okay. Wake the streets up. Yeah. Okay.
Because I swear to the fight, we can live in back.
Everybody,